It's 2014. Little Zombie NW enters the local video store with his mom. One thing's on his mind. He wants a game to play on his Wii. He goes straight over to the games aisle and over to the Wii shelf and begins searching. Carnival games, he's played it before. Epic Mickey, he's not interested. Super Mario Bros., he owns it, but then he comes upon another game. Rabbids Go Home by Ubisoft. The cover entices him. Two rabbit-like creatures with a shopping cart being chased by a man in a hazmat suit. He flips over the game and begins reading. Gameplay screenshots showed the game to be a 3D platformer of sorts. He loved Mario Galaxy at the time, why not one with rabbits? He and his mom check out the game and have rented it for 1 week. He takes it home, pops it in his Wii, and falls in love. The love is short-lived and repeated as he rents the game a few more times throughout that year and the next, before his family just stops going to the video store. It's still about 2014, maybe 2015. Slightly less Little Zombie NW wants to be able to play Rabbids at home anytime he wants. He goes to a video game store and finds a game titled Rabbids Go Home for the DS. Still young and kinda stupid, he buys the game, thinking it's a direct port of the Wii title. It's very much not. Starting this cheap puzzle game on his DS and realizing it's not the same game infuriates him. This isn't his Rabbids Go Home, this game isn't even fun. He puts the game back in his DS case and seemingly never touches it again. It's 2019 now. Still in school, Zombie NW likes to spend a lot of his free time playing games, watching videos, talking with friends on his computer. He occasionally goes back to the Wii to play games with friends or family, or when he's just feeling nostalgic. One day he's bored and decides to go on the Wii and open the photo channel. The SD card is in the Wii, so he decides to scroll through a few photos, and among these photos, he sees something. Screenshots from Rabbids Go Home, dated about mid-2014. He remembers the fond days and nights he spent playing the game those 5 years ago. Later on that day, his computer decides to Google the game. Nostalgic over memories, he watches a few videos, looks at a few pictures, and wonders if there's anywhere close by he can get the game. On the shopping page of Google, he's surprised to see that Rabbids Go Home is available at a game store right next to his house for only $5, and his heart is set. A few short days later, he goes into the store and asks the cashier if they still have the game. They do. He makes his transaction and heads home. Excited to relive childhood memories, he opens the game, gets through the tutorial, and he assumes the best in that it was just a fluke. He cleans the disc and tries again. His heart sinks. He tried time and time again, but each time just doesn't work. In disbelief, he puts down the game and tries again the next day with no luck. He again forgets about the game, leaving it to sit on his shelf for the next few months. It's 2020, the start of a decade and a pandemic. With all this free time, Zombie NW picks up Rabbids Go Home once more off his shelf and decides, I need to try everything I can and must just to be able to play this game again. Through checks, cleaning supplies, through begging and pleading, he still just can't get the game to work. Now it's 2021. He's still determined to play the game and takes it to a store a little farther out where he's heard they have a disc cleaner. He gets the disc professionally cleaned and buffed, but the employee says something to him.
Yeah, looks like the store you bought this from already buffed the disc. I can try, but I can't guarantee you anything.
This certainly puts a damper on Zombie NW's hope, but he's not ready to give up. He tries even more weird methods to save this game, but loses hope. There's nothing left to do. He's tried everything. His only option now is just to buy another copy of the game. So he does. See, while this was happening, he was arranging plans with his friends to visit a book and game store. With the pandemic and all, they had to be extra prepared and arrange things in advance to be as safe as possible. It's mid-February by this point, and Zombie and his friends go to the store and browse books for a while until they mosey their way to the other side of the store, the video game section. Zombie beelines it for the Wii shelf. He sorts through games alphabetically. EA Active, Rock Bands, Rabbids. There it is. Rabbids Go Home for the Nintendo Wii. He instantly grabs it, and grabs a few other things in his friends. They continue to walk through the bookstore until checkout. They buy everything, including the game. When Zombie gets home, he instantly puts the game in his Wii and begins making a backup to ensure its preservation. His guests are still with him. They all wait. The progress bar hits 100%. Zombie falls to his knees in congratulation. He's done it. And well, that brings us to today. I have my game, and by the time this video is out, I'm sure I've already beaten the game. And now it'll sit on my shelf with the rest of my most prized games, waiting to be picked up again, which it most certainly will. YouTube copyright claimed this video because of the music that was supposed to be playing right now, even though I had the complete rights to use it, so I'm just gonna play something on my melodica.